Hello, and welcome to Evil Geniuses versus Tundra. I have been promoted here. Cap is out of commission. Been destroyed by production. But I will take you through this match as we watch Evil versus Tundra take on the second BO1 of the day. And what a last pick. Huskar here. Is it a bold move? That is what Cap would like to ask, but he can't because his voice has been destroyed. I will tell you everything, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you it all. I think it is a bold pick. Huskar into Morphling, into Shadow Fiend. Seems tough to me. But I guess if there's one guy who can there's one guy who can pull it off, it is Mallorin here. Having to stand in tournament of his life. Are you back?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Nice. We, you know, sometimes when it comes to production things,
hold that thought, Cap. Immersion contesting the rune. Kaz gonna lay into him. That's gonna be your first blood for the Morphling. That is exactly what they are looking for. Beautiful.
First blood.
Nice. Well, I think I'm back. I think I'm good. You know, sometimes, just so you guys know, sometimes production, just like sometimes randomly stuff just kind of dies or has some sort of problem. Maybe you just like, the sign of good production is being able to fix it on the fly in a limited amount of time, which our lovely production was able to do so damn quickly. So
trying to suck up to him right now so they don't mute you for a second time. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer if they mute somebody else in this cast every once in a while. No? Apparently you've got the observers on your side, so congrats, Avery.
Thank you.
Apparently we're going to be starting off with a tri-lane. I didn't really hear much of what you said. Did you like one draft over the other? Because I believe you said at the start of this best of 3 tiebreaker that it would take some sort of miracle for EG to be eliminated. You said the other 2 teams are, and I quote, dog shit Europeans.
I'm sure that was me.
Maybe that was Purge.
Yeah, I think that was Kevin for sure.
Yeah.
Either way, I still believe in EG to take this.
Even after the draft, Matthew, disappearing. He's good. G to be eliminated. You said the other 2 teams are, and I quote, dog shit Europeans.
I'm sure that was me.
Maybe that was Purge.
Yeah, I think that was Kevin for sure.
Yeah.
Either way, I still believe in EG to take this.
Even after the draft, Matthew, disappearing. He's
I
good.
don't like the Huskar pick. I don't really understand it.
Why? Why do you hate it?
I don't know if it's... I guess it's like I know it's a Mallorin level 30 hero. He's just super confident on it. I'm happy to always be disproved about what I think this hero is capable of. He has some very weird builds. You can always go in and play the disarm game versus the double right clickers here. That part I can see being annoying, but my historical understanding is that SF and Morph both dump on that hero. They absolutely dump on him. Morph's a Scotty buyer. They're both BKB buyers. They just go on top of Huskar and outright click him, and there's not much you can do in the exchange. So you kind of have to find ways to play around that. Obviously, Huskar can always hit his timings. Halberd timing is insanely strong in this game. If you can get to like BKB, Halberd, Ags, Armlet territory, you're kind of a monster at that point, but it's all dependent on who gets there first, and I don't know how good the lane's going to be. I think
he's going back for it. He's diving for it. He gets it. Oh, see smile. Now that was a baller move right there.
That is
committed to certain death, but goes for the kill. And not only does he get the kill first, so he gets the experience, but also the wave was pushing in. So that means our Huskar just missed out on like 2 different creeps at least, maybe even more. These side lanes are being a bloodbath right now, which it does seem like EG is walking away with the current advantage.
EG's been a strong laning team in this tournament, and that other SF game we watched them play, they just tempoed that one out, right? They just pushed the lanes down. This is a beast match for SF.
Now the question is whether or not Whisper's going to be traded for it, and it might just happen, maybe not. Matthew's going to keep on hitting Skeeter here. Whisper turns around, throws out some axes. I think he knows he's dead, so he's setting up for Matthew to try and do some damage. But Matthew is a physical damage dealer, and the Terrorblade has 1 million armor, so kind of hard to kill him.
If they had juked that better and been able to get the Lotus onto Whisper, they would have been really happy with that exchange. Nonetheless, Matthew getting levels is honestly not the worst thing for EG here, because this is a pretty damn good bounty game in terms of him annoying the 2 supports.
Yeah.
You have 2 ranged backline intelligence support heroes, draining their gold, draining their XP by if you can steal in a Wisdom Rune, that's amazing, but also just being obnoxious in the fight is going to prove wonders here for EG as they have the double vision heroes, which means they can get on the backline very easily this game. And there's not a lot to protect it other than the fact Tundra can just shove waves into your face between the Darkseer and the Terrorblade. And there's that early roam Matthew's looking for. Will get met with some flames and retreat. Still, lane's going decently for EG with the first blood off Pakaz.
These guys just do not stop. Skeeter just keeps running at him, meanwhile Pakaz kills Immersion in that bottom lane. They do actually kill the Sentry, so this is going to be a lot tougher for Malrine to play this matchup now. If he can't see Matthew coming, it's a problem. That's why the support is coming in
like this.
Sentry going to be dropped down. They are going to be able to kill Matthew and then re-kill the Sentry that was laid out for him.
I feel like this roam mid was just a little forced.
Meanwhile, Skeeter diving in so deep that it actually gets Panda to rotate over to try and get the punish here. If they'd gotten his nukes onto the Terrorblade, I think they kill him, but not the case.
Too fast.
Slowing down with the Blood Grenade. Axes keep raining in. Did manage to get his level 3, so a little bit more damage out of that. Back to mid lane. Matthews just camping on him. Skeeter's not careful, then we're going to have some issues. Pakaz, meanwhile, is going to be left alone against the Darkseer Skywrath Mage, which, when the Darkseer is just solo, I feel like Pakaz is going to be totally fine, but... uh-oh. Malrine... No, goes for his courier instead. I mean, even if Malrine knows you're there, does it really matter if you can't actually lane? Maybe can't even confidently get neutrals right now. It's a crazy laning phase, huh, Avery? Oh, what's that? What's that, Avery? Oh, production likes me more than you. Oh, that's a shame. Guess the observers didn't have your back well enough, did they? He still picks up the kill on Malrine. What is this devastation that's happening? The two supports are going to be playing top lane now. Snaking and Immersion both showing up. All right, are they just trying to mess with me? But the problem is that they have no stuns between those two supports. So even if they're going to like try lane or roam, or I don't know exactly what's happening. Either way, Tundra is losing the laning phase, and they feel like they got to shake things up somehow. But unfortunately, the supports are going to be late to the power rune, so C-Smile is going to pick up a haste rune and might pop that haste rune because I see a support that is easy pickings for our SF. Matthew just going to keep him slowed down. C-Smile will eventually run him down for the 9th kill of the game for EG in 6 minutes.
Running a train over this map right now as I'm back. Oh, choo-choo. I have global silence. Oh, we don't have
there's so many silences in this game.
Really are a lot. I don't know what's happening today. I mean, if you hadn't broken this entire death setup like an hour ago, we'd be fine. Matthew is breaking.
For the record,
Mallory back not again.
Mallory, no! Oh, go. Ooh, close call.
I mean, he's been so disruptive on the back side of the map for Tundra.
I mean, maybe that's just better. Don't kill him. Just leave him alive, limping around.
Oh, that wisdom rune, though. 5 seconds. He's going to be there in time.
Is Malrine going to have the heads up to be able to blast? He is. Good read by him, knowing that the bounty hunter was going to cut over like that. Secures himself the wisdom rune.
His game is just getting slowed so much by this. He's getting XP drained. He can't farm. He's at threat of dying because Huskar always has to be low. Another courier kill for Matthew in here. This bounty pick has paid off already in this game. He's destroying the map. Despite Whisper having a slow start in that off lane, I feel like EG's getting everything they want. Mid-destruction with the Shadow Fiend matchup. That tower is gone. The Huskar's getting debilitated. But Kaz is so far ahead off that first blood into lane kills. And again, what is the bounty hunter answer? There isn't one in this game. Their supports cannot deal with him on the map. That's why I feel like this pick just sways the whole draft, because I don't think you can play Dota right now.
It's looking rough. 8-minute power rune's going to be coming up for Tundra's sake. I kind of hope it's top because this could be a very one-sided match the way it's going. Whisper again is just going to TP away. So, yeah, he is getting under-leveled. He's not getting a whole lot of farm out of his lane. He is the lowest net worth core in the game, but he has the 2 highest net worth cores on his team as well. So he's just accepting a sacrificial role. The power rune, by the way, was not top, and EG are going to collect yet another one.
I mean, they're happy to sacrifice Whisper a little bit if Matthew's getting the work that he's getting done.
Sure.
And that's kind of the trade-off. Like, he did not want to lane top versus double ranged hero lane. I mean, Terrorblade with meta
pretty hard for the bounty and the beast to deal with unless you're winning some level 1 trade off axe spam, which didn't happen. It's just about terrorizing the supports and making sure Huskar has no gameplay. And see Smile. This is
Speaking of terrorize, see Smile. Okay, he is going to get silence up right away, so things are a little bit difficult to get these kills, reliant on the slows. Nice use there from Panda to be able to purge off both the curse and the silence that was on C Smile. Helps him get the kill onto Snaking. And Immersion still maybe going to get caught. No, that was already the long range raise.
He might
Unless
commit.
C Smile commits for the second round of the long range one. No, he actually is just cutting the wave. That's all
he has
he's doing.
regen. So he's happy to just use all his resources up here. And invading Tundra's early jungle areas is also limiting where the Huskar can catch up. It's pretty much just constricting Malrine to the triangle here. He has to be wary of the bounty hunter as well, just playing on sentries. And that's another tier 1 bottom that went down to Pakaz solo. EG getting a lot of early tower damage in this game just off the lane wins. And again, I feel like both these right clickers are happy to play into the Huskar. I don't think you're too worried about Huskar Terrorblade out-carrying Shadow Fiend Morphling, especially in this position.
Yeah, if you go to like the super late game, Huskar, where he's got all the items you're listing, and like the Octarine build where you perma are just disarming people all the time, maybe. Can't even get this kill on Matthew, it seems like, as he might. No, he actually will tick out. They think there's a ward on the high ground, though not actually the case. Just wrong place, wrong time. Or more likely, just the fact that EG owns so much of the map that maybe the triangle is a little ambitious to try and invade.
I mean, it's the last place Tundra are holding.
Exactly, yeah.
And it goes back to the Tundra defensive orientation, I guess.
Yeah.
Time to bait the enemy in. Do you create some sort of scale threat and let the lane shove do the work? That's where the Bounty Hunter can shine, though, because we saw Tundra last game for Secret just rat that game out and create a huge net worth advantage. Bounty, in theory, shuts some of that down. He catches you on the map. He sets up for his team. Forces a lot of detection.
Backing wall, back in. Too many EG heroes, though. 33 is going to die. Immersion can't turn around and do anything because he doesn't have his level 6. And even if he does, what is the kill combo? Right? There's actually no real good setup for Mystic Flare. So it's not even like they can get those surprise pickoffs very easily. Vacuum.
Single target vacuum into Mystic Flare.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst idea.
Now they're just invading Ancients with those early tier 1s down, and here we'll get a Sunder, but that is just to run away.
Matthew taking a lot of damage as he runs away. Snaking may end up dying here. A lot of track kills to pick up if they can win this fight. Because grabs one now. Requiem going to be popped out. Malrine in trouble. And too much damage coming his way. Too many nukes.
Those are track kills, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is for Tundra now. Because they are going to go for that defensive formation, but EG know that, and they're willing to bring 5, and if they keep winning these fights, they are, I mean, who cares about the loss of farm efficiency?
Yeah, look at the Ancients right now. See Smiles just jacking them.
Yeah.
Taking all of those stacks away from Malrine here. That's his catch-up farm. That's his way back in this game. You take that away, Whisper's going to catch up on his own. Who's stealing Whisper's Ancients right now? Nobody, right? Yeah. He's absolutely free-farming while this skirmishing is happening, and you're getting track kills, and you're stealing Ancients. And Tundra are still bleeding out. You gotta find an answer. You gotta find it soon.
Malrine is gonna be able to pick up 1. It's a bit of an overextension by EG, gives them 2 kills in return.
So a little intelligence, at least something going your way.
Yeah.
But EG are just getting so much off the map right now. It is ridiculous. So much space for Whisper to catch up after that laning phase. He is suddenly fully back. It's just not that much space for Tundra to operate. This support duo is just backfired on Tundra. Really got punished by the Bounty Hunter. Now they're just behind, and like you said, they don't have the clearest combos.
They're gonna burst him in time easily. Didn't even have Sunder up anyway, so.
It's just a product of Skira has nowhere else to go on the map.
Oh, they need this kill, but I don't think the damage. Oh, it was fast enough. He dies in the fountain. Frame perfect for Tundra.
That is about as close as you can get. I guess there's your combo. You don't need a stun if he's TPing.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a big kill to get. Take this SF off the map, remove some of his souls.
Yeah.
And for Malrine to catch up. You're not going to get too many of those opportunities. But you better make them count. Also, Spark of Courage on Huskar. Pretty interesting, right?
Oh yeah, isn't he always low enough that he's not actually taking advantage of the
Yeah.
damage bonus?
I can't tell if it's like better or worse. I think it's worse because you don't get the damage to farm. But
Yeah, it's definitely worse with the
7
way
armor?
he wants to play right now, right? Because he wants to be hitting a bunch of neutrals. He wants to farm as quickly as possible.
guaranteed 7 armor on Huskar is also pretty juicy.
Yeah, but he, I mean, when he's below 20%, is he dying to physical damage or is he dying to nukes?
Both.
Well, I mean, I guess he's just dying all around, so.
Well, he's going to try and kill Roche. A very sneaky move by Tundra as they just walk into it. I don't know if EG have a read this is happening, but there's a Hawk heading bottom-ish. Not on the... Is this going to see it? No, it does not go far enough, so they're going to get away with this. Always the Huskar play you can make.
Yeah.
The pub play. I mean, my pub Huskars always die doing this, but...
Well, that's why
Maureen
Snaking
is
is here, right?
That's
Maureen not confident that he can armlet toggle enough, so.
That is a good find. Continue to push this Huskar back into that halberd BKB territory he's probably looking for at some point to be able to take the fights. As Matthew continues his reign of terror. No couriers for you, son. The high ground base ward has been planted.
You know, I was reading through the stats earlier, and apparently before DreamLeague, Yamich has like some insane courier sniping stats. Matthew, very similar. So if we get to see EG win this game against Tundra, we will see EG versus Secret. We may have both supports doing some courier sniping, because apparently win or lose, this is what Matthew is up to. Not sure. Like, I feel like he always does this when they're losing.
Well, he does this when they don't want to fight, basically.
Yeah, but shouldn't they want to fight right now? Don't you want to keep building the advantage that you have?
I mean, maybe they're just feel like they're not going to get outscaled, and they're happy to hit their next set of items on both their cores and then just push it. I think they were also a lineup that went to mine just going early into that Roche jump hit. But it's not like they're... I mean, their cores are ahead, but they're not a crazy amount of items ahead at this point in time. So do you want to fight into the Aegis Huskar here? Is there a purpose to doing it, especially if you can kill all the couriers and just limit the map presence from Tundra? Not necessarily against this, but it does feel like the tempo is going to slow down a lot here. I mean, you also had double damage BKB finished for C-Smile. That is a crazy damage power spike. Picks up an Invis rune to boot, so he might just be able to Invis in somewhere and get a Requiem, though he's probably also thinking there's a crap ton of sentries down. As another courier shall fall.
But then if you do think that, just have Matthew scout for you, right? Like, have Matthew lead the charge. They go on Matthew. Okay, fine.
I mean, EG are still out farming Tundra slightly, because Tundra are afraid to push out deep on the map, especially with their supports. It's kind of like a bluff game. I feel like Tundra thinks their supports are getting hunted right now with the tracks and the bounty being annoying, but EG have no intention of killing them.
No,
They are just killing neutrals, slaying these jungles, and pushing towards Helm of the Overlord for Whisper. That is probably going to be the go point. Like, you get Helm of the Overlord here with the Vlad's aura, buffing up your other 2 right-clicking cores. That is just an insane damage power spike. A huge amount of lifesteal coming through. You have the armor reduction from the Shadow Fiend plus some Golem aura or something else, and suddenly your push line is just fully online. Could be looking at another decently early high ground here for EG, that 25 to 30 minute mark. If Tundra are not ready for it, you're just going to lose some buildings.
No.
You do not have the outspam to defend these fights, so you kind of have to just flank or shove the waves in preemptively. That's what Darkseer terribly lets you do. But then it goes back to, okay, Tundra like to play with a lot of this ghost lane shove plus some pickoff, but what's the pickoff this game? What's the threat? Was it supposed to be the Huskar Skywrath? But the Huskar got shut down, so now you just lost your threat.
Yeah, I mean, if you had an Aghanim Scepter on Huskar, then sure, you could get the jump on him and hold him in place with the taunt, and then Mystic Flare. Sure, that seems okay.
Or even if you had a better game, like maybe just armlet Halberd Huskar, who's ahead, is enough to just run into areas. This game, it just did not happen. They'll find Matthew with a dust, but...
There is Panda right behind him, though. Panda gets a little bit too close, though, and he's going to be the one to get picked off. He's still silenced. Meanwhile, the Mystic Flare went to work on the Bounty Hunter. Matthew will tick out as well. So, Malrine picks up a double. Right as EG were ready for a fight, they have that Helm of the Overlord you were talking about. They're going to buy back on the Bounty Hunter, knowing that they still want to take some fights here. C-Smile going to be the target up Malrine, and he is going to be able to get that kill. This is going terribly for EG because turning into the Terror Blade with the meta, trying to chase down some of these smaller heroes. Thanks to the track, he'll be able to pick up 2. So at least he gets some track kills, but this was obviously super worth it for Tundra and can keep going. Malrine, after all, still has that Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So he's willing to push it to the limit right now, knowing that if he goes over it,
Cause
Still have
finding
second
supports, but that wall really owned them. They got zoned off from their Shadow Fiend, stuck on the wall. Skeeter did a nice job not committing super fast, getting caught in that Beastmaster Morphling flank. And then your SF's just stuck on an island. Not the way EG want to be starting these fights.
I mean, specifically Panda's positioning here. You got it.
It's way too far up.
Yeah, like he stopped moving. If he just backed away, false promise when the Bounty Hunter was low, I think this fight is pretty free for EG.
And you have to think about the global in this game as well. It makes Oracle's gameplay really hard, which is another reason to just play super patient and maybe not even show early on in the fight. And at this point, see Smile, he's just disarmed. He does get the BKB off, so it doesn't matter, but you're not winning that man fight. I was kind of surprised how fast he went down there. Of course, Bakaz's still making some action happen and has not died in this game yet. Will continue his reign of terror. He is mega farmed, man. Ag's already done. At the point where he just goes in the fight and steals Terrorblade, so much of your damage disappears.
What do you call 2 reigns of terror?
I'm not answering.
Avery's giving me daggers right
I'm
now.
not answering that one.
I mean, I was just saying, you said Matthew's gone on a reign of terror now because?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a storm of terror. Get it?
Not even a-
Rain.
That's terrible.
fun?
That was actually terrible. I thought you had an actual joke there.
No, I just came up with that on the fly.
Do people tell you you're funny?
Dire's top
Twitch
tower
chat does
is under
sometimes.
attack.
I don't know why they're playing that clip. That is not representative of my mood right now.
Yeah, yes. Do we have any footage
Oh my
of
God.
Avery staring grumpily at people? I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Any photo from the last 10 years. There's another courier. Do we have the courier kill count?
Oh yeah, we need to see that.
Production, please. Show us the courier kill count. Production, please.
Is under attack.
JJ, I know you've been writing it down.
Are fortified.
Bring us that number. But just guess. Just guess.
Yeah, just write a number down.
Oh, don't point at me. I want you to give it to me.
Write a number down, and we'll just trust it. Any number. All right,
47.
production is 47
That was
couriers.
terrible. That was no. I don't even think there's ever been 47 couriers killed in a single game of Dota. So
Well, that means it's a new record.
okay, well you heard it here first, folks. Production has said that Matthews killed 47 couriers this game. Very impressive, as I've only seen him kill about 6 or 7. But I guess we missed the other 40.
What? I mean, it's almost impressive how much EG, like, on a dime, just changed the momentum of this game. Because we're kind of BSing right now, but, like, the laning phase was a slaughter. EG came up, like, pretty far ahead, and then all of a sudden the call got made. Guys, we're not fighting anymore. We're not going to try and get any more track kills. We're just going to build towards our mid-game item.
I legit think they believe they can't lose this game late. Like, if the SF and the Morph have 5 slots, I feel like the game is just over. Especially with Beast supporting it. With the inner Beast aura, plus Vlad's aura, plus an Overlord creep, plus everything else, Whisper's going to be able to... I mean, this is such a scary late game right-click lineup. And those are generally the lineups Huskar does not win against. I mean, you have to go insanely ham. It just feels hard. So I kind of understand how EG are thinking about this game. Like, they want to put the pressure on Tundra instead of the other way around and not try and force some fight into them where they lose an aggressive go and then suddenly the game's in a bad spot.
Sure, I mean, watching Secret, you like, that is Tundra's specialty, right? When you're trying to be the aggressors,
Yes.
they know how to be able to out-farm you while evading you, and then they also turn and are able to take advantageous fights while you are
Here
looking.
is the type of fight that EG maybe want if
They have BKB
Smile
with
doesn't
these
get
smiles,
caught on.
so we should be fine here. The threatens the Requiem, BKB usage, and Tundra's like, okay, that's good enough for us. No need to force it past that point. Though they do have the shield rune on Malrine, so
Yeah, that is a broken rune on this hero.
Is under attack.
Insanely broken rune. The tracks will start coming out. Easy just want as many tracks as they can get. Prefer to jump the backline if they can find it. Pakaz does steal the Terrorblade. That's that Ag steal. Oh, he was thinking about going in on that one.
I mean, he sees Snaking. That's a easy kill. Maybe not the juiciest kill in the world, but
You can still see how much EG are respecting the aggressive go they don't want to force, though, right? They want to make Tundra go into their ball, so their two right-clickers just have free reign in the fight. When you start chasing, only one of those is going to get in deep. The Shadow Fiend is going to have issues forcing himself in there. See how much they decide to chase this action is... I mean, you got to think about the next Roche. Oh, the pike in.
Kill now. Force that forward with the Requiem.
Okay, they found that silencer, and they're happy to take him because that opens up the fight for Panda. But once again, they're going to play conservative, take their victory, and back off here, playing for Roshan, which is spawn. They have the Mega Lizard, and Snaking will be forced to buy. I mean, this is Tundra's timing. They have multiple Ag Scepters that just came out. Normal Punch for 33, and Malrine with his Ags now has the lockdown they need.
I mean, how do they get
It's
to
go
this?
time. You just got to jump in and pray to the gods of fire spears, I guess.
I mean, because they have Hawk and Trax, so the Hawk is giving vision for more Trax. Tundra, they're being seen every step of the way. Snaking putting himself very far forward as
Dead again?
target here. Another wall goes out,
Oh my
and he does die. Morphling finishes him off. We'll see Smile challenging 33 with the Aghanim Scepter. Gets an illusion of the SF,
Yeah, but
at the
because-
same time, Pakaz is going to work.
They don't have an answer for the Morphling right now, and he is just taking names.
And the Scotty, you're not going to be able to run away. Ooh, that was a big hit from C Smile. Another one coming in from Malrine next. He's going to die as well. Ultra kill, EG. They played this incredibly well. They put so much pressure on Tundra to start a fight that just seemed unwinnable.
I mean, this is putting Tundra in the position that they like to put teams in, right?
Exactly.
And it's cool to see from EG because normally they're the aggressors, but they just wait this fight out so patiently. The only person that Tundra see here is Pakaz, basically, with C-Smile on the backside. They are hiding their support so deep in the bottom, and they're just letting Pakaz go to work. There's no control for the Morphling with the Manta, with the Ags. He just goes in, takes both supports out. That fight is automatically over now because at some point you're getting stunned, and the second you're stunned, there is no turning that around. The Shard from C-Smile definitely helps adding some damage here.
Panda did pretty much nothing that fight, which is exactly the way you want it to be, right? Like, he literally was just sitting there for the longest time, just like way out in the back, just, all right, guys, if something goes wrong, I'm here.
I mean, sometimes that is the way you have to play Oracle, especially in these Oracle Silencer matchups.
Yeah.
Like, you just sit there and don't show. And then Tundra's going to be thinking, all right, we still want to find this Oracle. We still know he's there. We maybe have to use Global for him, but they don't see him. If they see him, they're going to jump him. There's an opening. But if you never see the guy, he doesn't have to cast any spells. And then all of a sudden, Tundra supports are out in the open, and Pakaz, he's going to clean him up. So that is another Darkseer kill into that dire side Roshan. Aegis for the Morphling. EG in a commanding position in this game with Cheese and Aegis on their two right clickers with Beastor to back it up. It's time to think about that high ground. You get one more good pick off, you're just going to end this game because the buildings are going to melt. You have that aura of presence affecting the objectives here for C-Smile.
Oh, well, they found Panda.
He showed.
It's a great start, and SF is entirely alone here, so they can get the BKB out of him.
Should be able to get out with the TP.
Yeah, no TP cancel.
Look at this bottom, though.
Oh, yeah.
This is a guaranteed TP cancel. Matthew just needs to keep following him, wait for somebody to join. EG are cutting him off because in chase from behind and Whisper in chase from front. I think Skeeter knows what's up.
Yeah, he knows he's in trouble. He's going to have to pull some sort of like Manta move here.
There's the Lincoln's Pop on the track.
Hides in the
That was
trees,
there.
see if he can bait him out with the illusions.
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh, he knew which one, because he found him immediately.
And even BKB early for Matthew, so he doesn't give up a free Sunder. Also, just what is the damage through BKB this game? This BKB Bounty Hunter is going to be incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
Tundra just do not seem to have answers for the double right clickers EG have presented here. This Shadow Fiend pick has honestly looked pretty damn good in a lot of games they played it. Teams are ending up with a lot of these Spirit lineups with ranged backline supports that just don't threaten him at all. and he gets good lane matchup. He snowballs, he gets ahead. This hero hits damn hard. He's very strong in this patch, especially when you can back him up with a Vlad's Aura builder, which is exactly what EG have. This is their bread and butter. They are cruising through this game. Wisdom Rune collected, Shard collected. 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis. This is definitely where you want to poke high ground, at least force Tundra back, or maybe just claim that fight. As once again, Matthew has found Malrine on the map and is preventing the TP. He'll back off. Wants to join the team. The bigger objective. Decent wall. But that's all it is.
Oh, Malrine, they've backed away from that push. So now some heroes are free to chase you down if they find him. But at the same time, Matthew is underneath the ward sentry combo, so...
Yeah, he doesn't want to chase without the BKB, because then you run under a sentry, you're just instant dead to the Huskar.
Sure. Who does also have the Aghanim Scepter, so that combination is there. You go blind to the high ground, you get Huskar ulted, Mystic Flare, you'll die very quickly.
Utility is just coming out, though. And the utility is going to be problematic for Tundra, because one of the ways they can win the fight is during that global duration, but Whisper, he has bought a Lotus Orb, and honestly, this Lotus, you might just throw it on Panda the second that global comes out.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, you have a free Oracle in these engagements where Tundra think that that Oracle's disabled.
Yeah, throw it on Panda. Panda throws the Fortune's End back on you.
It's a nice little handshake.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Once
Bye-bye,
again,
snaking. Oh, maybe not. Huskar actually catches him, and that is an Aegis.
he's in really deep, too. No waveform for 2.
Okay, he is going to get pulled back. Global Sound's going to be used here. Still has a Silver Edge and morphing into Strength, so he's good. Meanwhile, C-Smile just went to work on the building. So even when they kind of just throw away an Aegis, it still creates enough space for C-Smile to take an objective.
He just hits way too hard right now.
Yeah.
Quiver on top of that aura. Aegis was definitely not the most effective I've seen, but at least they get Pakaz out. Live to fight another day. Double damage rune spawn top. Oh man, you know Tundra would hope they can fight with this.
But if they can't get into position in time, can it get up to this high ground?
Also, no meta for Skeeter.
Oh, that's going to be awkward. Requiem's going to go down after a beautiful wall. Primal Roar going to be used onto the Darkseer. Meanwhile, Pakaz was able to blow up Malrine from the side. He died so damn fast, and C-Smile just reigned supreme in this team fight, man. He was just cleaving through heroes one by one, chasing after even... he just kind of ignored Skeeter and was like, okay, I'm going to deal with the back line. Skeeter, meanwhile, is just going to get kited super, super hard.
I don't think they care about him.
Yeah, they're just like...
They actually just don't care. They're just going down mid.
Disarm
like,
him.
good luck, Panda. I'm sure you can handle the man fight. We'll see you at the throne.
1v1, Panda versus Skeeter.
Panda, yo, guys? Yo, guys. Any help? Any TVs?
Oh, yeah, double wisdom runes there. Skeeter stopped moving, so I'm going to say that Tundra might be done with this game.
Took a drink out of the mug. I mean, this game is over, right? Like, you're not winning these straight-on head-on fights.
Oh, nice vacuum. Again, 33 keeps hitting some pretty decent vacuum walls.
Oh, there's a combo.
It won. Problem is just the other two cores seem to be not as easily burstable.
No, if you catch the morphine, you can, but then you have to start worrying about the Oracle saves, the Beast utility with the Lotus that can remove a silence. EG still respecting Tundra, respecting that meta. Honestly, it doesn't feel like they have to, but can't blame them. When it's a BO1, you're this far ahead. Take the conservative approach.
Yeah, because you are one of 3 teams for 1 slot into the second group stage. And I would dare say that, like, EG, somebody said it on the panel, there was, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these 4th place teams in the groups goes on and does very well. I think EG is a great marker for that. I mean, they have shown up on all these international lands. They did very well at the last major. And they're a team that I would definitely mark as a team that would get stronger as time goes on. So if they eke into the second group stage, wouldn't be surprised if they get into playoffs from there.
33 will eventually kill that little ice shaman. That was a bold positioning for Snaking to be with Gem, by the way. And the fact they lose Gem to Matthew, who just sets it up basically solo,
Yeah.
speaks the entire story of this game. It has just been a struggle for the Tundra supports playing against Bounty Hunter. Matthew just 1v2 destroyed them this entire game.
1v2? You mean 1v7?
This is the ultimate duel right here.
Juke, juke, juke.
Give me an Ice Shaman death sound. What the fuck was that? What? Oh, never asking for that again.
What didn't you like about it? It's kind of a dumb creature. It's got a dumb
Oh.
death noise.
I'm glad Valve has better sound engineers.
You make a death noise then.
What? I asked you. You can't ask
Oh,
me
and
my
I'm
own
asking
question.
you back.
Nah.
What? You can't just not me? What the hell?
I'm an ancient Frostbite Golem enthusiast.
Oh, is this the one? This is the one. They got the pick. No, the false promise.
Can he live though? He has Satanic.
He has
didn't pop
Satanic.
it.
He's surely gonna be. He hasn't popped it.
What?
Is he gonna die? No. Oh, how much? Oh, he had the cheese. That's why.
Ah,
Good call.
yes. Saves that Satanic.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what he used it, but
that was close.
I guess double cheese. Way more than enough to secure that. And
Yeah.
what a false promise timing from Panda in the right place at the right time. No global to save that. And those are those catches you really need to work. In fact, where's the global? It's just late. It's never there.
Oh, you're right. He just didn't pop it until.
I was thinking maybe it was on
way too
cooldown,
late.
but yeah, Snaking just didn't throw it out. And
Barracks are under
I mean, maybe he's thinking like, okay, they can Lotus the Oracle, but it's always going to guarantee you at least half a second, right?
Short. Half a second would have been enough.
Yeah. That's just a missed opportunity for Tundra. You're not going to get
Skeeter.
many
He's
more
not
of those.
making it back to base.
Middle
Nope.
tower
He is
under
definitely
attack.
not. Did go Moonshard, pretty interesting build.
Yeah, I
But
saw that.
this Moonshard is not going to do much work when his buildings are dying. And
He's running back.
Falling is
They
gone.
know it too. They're taking the team fight while the Terrorblade is not here. 33. Man. Okay, Skeeter's here, guys. Welcome party for him. Starts with the Requiem, and it ends with a GG call from Tundra.
because with the stolen normal punch ends that game 18-0 and 9. When this guy asks for Morphling, you give it to him.